So Malachi, tell us all about your beginnings, where you're from, and what your past is.
Wow, in terms of acting or just...
Well, about you really. Where have you come from?
I come from South London. I was brought up in Battersea on an estate in Battersea, and then I moved to Croydon when I was in year 10 at school. And yeah, I was really, oh, this is so weird. I was really shy as a kid. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that gave me the opportunity to observe everyone else. And so from when I was like knee-high, I was just kind of observing human behavior because I didn't speak at all. Like if I wanted to say something, it would be my dad that said it. I'd just whisper in his ear and then he'd speak for me, and then my mum or whoever. Those are the only two people I really spoke to because I was just so shy, I don't know why.
So is that how acting then, how does acting come into that? Because you hear about a lot of actors being shy.
Well, this is the thing. When I was in year 9, my dad passed away when I was 6. And when I was in year 9, I think like my mum and dad must have had some conversation beforehand because it was really weird. Because I found out afterwards that my dad really wanted me to be an actor, but he never told me this. And he thought that was gonna be what made me great, that was gonna be like my destiny. And he never said this to me. And then randomly, when I got into year 9 at school, my mum took me to the Battersea Arts Centre. And I did like a term there, and it was just like a very small type youth centre type thing. And we did some workshops, and then we put on a little community play for friends and family. And I loved it. Like when I got into the swing of it and got on stage and kind of found myself in it, it was amazing. And I remember people came up to me afterwards that I didn't know, and they said I was great, and they told me why. And it was different to my mum saying it, do you know what I mean? Like I believed them. And I thought, okay, this is cool. So I did it in school and in college. And then when I got to college, I found this drama school called Identity. And in my last year of college, halfway through, I got signed to them and I did my first job, which was Silent Witness. And I just kind of took off from there. Like, I took a gap year to see how it went, and I'm kind of still on a gap year 5 years later, just keeping it going.
9.
Tommy Nix.
So this is your first time inside? Who have you been living with? Girlfriend?
No girlfriend. I had a teacher at drama school who, drama school, what am I talking about? I had a teacher at school who just was incredibly inspirational, and she was, put on a lot of plays, and she got a lot of the guys in my school and girls, but particularly the guys who were just out for having a laugh. She managed to channel that into doing theatre, and subsequently quite a few of them are going on to do bigger and better stuff. So yeah, she instilled a passion in me and nurtured something there. And then I did the National Youth Theatre. I did a couple of weeks there. And I met a director that was very inspirational called Ricky, who inspired me to perhaps pursue it as a career maybe. And it sort of also came off the back of the fact that I'd messed up my college, and I'd gone back to my sixth form to retake. So I'd been back working with this teacher again, and I messed it up again, and I didn't get into university or anything like that. And it was kind of a sort of last minute, right? What the hell am I going to do? I need to fix up here. So I took the plunge and started doing, like bits and pieces.
And was there a defining moment where you thought, right, that is it, I am going to be an actor, that is my chosen path?
I don't know. I think it was, there was actually. It was it was halfway through the 2-week National Youth Theatre course. It was like the day before A-level results, so it was like my second A-level results kind of thing. And everyone was talking about how rubbish they're going to do, all these kids. And I'm thinking, all right, yeah, but I think I actually am. And the results came in and everyone got all straight A's, So all these people had said, I was going to mess it up, straight A's, all of them. And I didn't, and it was just a real moment of realisation, because up until that point, I'd kind of been told that, by my parents, not because that was they were sort of short-sighted in a sense, but that was the only way they knew, was to go to university and get a job and the rest of it. And if you don't do that, then you're kind of stuffed. So I just thought, oh well, you know, now I'm not going to university. Definitely not. My life is over now, unless I do this. And it was a case of me just putting 100% into the rest of that course, and then I ended up doing a play with the director from that course, and I got an agent, and it all started moving from there. Did the bill in Holby City and the rest of it, and started building a bit of a profile.
Like animals. Is there any wonder that we act like animals?
Was there a specific moment for you where you said, that is it, I am going to be an actor and I'm going for it? Or is
It's
it
when I
just
got signed. But even then I was like, because I was doing athletics as well, and I was training in the 400 meters, and I was at a point where I was taking that really seriously. And then acting came up, and I was like, and everyone's saying, you got to pick one. I was like, no, I don't. And then it came to the point where I couldn't do both, because I could train around acting, like train around jobs in the morning or night, whatever. But when it came to competitions in the season, obviously I had to be there. I couldn't just move it for me. So in terms of training, like I was training 6 days a week, and it was hard, but I enjoyed the challenge. But for what it did to my body, I couldn't do that to myself and not be able to compete. Like, it was just crazy. So I had to stop that. And I guess me stopping that really made me push the acting even more, because it's like, this is my passion. And acting was too, but if I can't do this, then I'm really gonna do this one, do you know what I mean? And I think it was from then that I really pushed it. And at the time, like, I was doing the whole job seekers thing for a bit, and I had a few part-time jobs around Christmas, and I enjoyed them, but I also felt like they were holding me back in terms of I wasn't putting all of my energy into what I love. Like, I'd be doing that, and then I'd have a job and I've got to go to the work, and I couldn't go to this audition, so I thought, you know, I'm just gonna leave it. And it was hard because I didn't have a lot of money. Like, but that made me push even harder, and it still makes me push, because acting is all I do, and it's all I've been doing for about 3 years now consistently. I mean, I teach a little bit as well, do various side jobs, but it's all by choice, nothing that I don't want to do.
I'm always going to take care of you. Look after you. Always.
And your kind of first experiences working within television, was that exciting for you?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the first thing I did was the bill. I played a rapist on the bill, which wasn't so lovely, but you know, it was almost like a part that had been written in. It was a glorified extra, really, but it was a part. And I told everyone about it, and I only had about 2 words, or maybe even 1 word. To this day, my brothers and mum, you know, still rip the piss out of me for it, because I had everyone watching it, and I had about 1 word, you know. But you got to start somewhere.
Two, right, exactly. And you went on to do Skins.
Yeah, I did Skins end of last year, and that came out this year, and that was really good fun. That was just a bit sort of a more meaty part, and obviously it's a real dynasty, that program. You know, it's iconic, and it's got a huge fan base, and it was a great little part, and so I just wanted to sort of do that justice.
She decides to cross on us, we're all getting life. You wanted to silence her, didn't you?
Who did this to you?
So where are they?
Young offenders.
What are you in there for?
Justice.
You mentioned Silent Witness.
Yeah.
So your first job is Silent Witness, and you must be thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe
It
this.
was crazy.
What a
because
great start.
I was still halfway through my last year of college, and I was doing a BTEC in performance as well as art and psychology. And I remember one of my teachers told me that I wasn't gonna be able to do it, like the job. And I was like, this is why I'm here, to do this. And they basically kind of said that I wouldn't pass. I don't know why. But I ended up taking it. It meant 3 months out of college in my last year, and obviously that was an important time. But I ended up taking it, and it was so weird because I don't really get starstruck, but I was on set with a whole bunch of people that I've been watching on TV, and it was like, it was quite a prominent part as well. It was 2 episodes, and it was a bit like kind of throwing me straight into the deep end. Because the last thing that I ever filmed was in school, and we did like a modern version of Romeo and Juliet, and then I watched it back. Cringe the whole way through, because I was just constantly smiling. I was looking at the camera and it was just so bad. And for some reason, the teacher had a lot of faith in me and gave me great grades. I think it was my hard work more than the acting, but it really was bad. And so watching that and thinking, yeah, I need to improve. And then being on a film set with all these people that are just on top of their game really pushed me to step it up. And I really had to learn a lot about everything, because I didn't know anyone's job. I didn't know what they did. I knew what a director was, that was it, and actors, directors and actors. I've heard of producers, I don't know what they do at this point. And there's this guy holding a boom with this fuzzy thing, I'm like, what is that? And I'm just looking around like, what is all of this stuff? But I felt like I couldn't ask because I'm supposed to know these things, but I'm just there. And it was amazing. It will be definitely my favorite job forever in terms of the relationships I made and the amount that I learned and the fun I had on set. And I really learned from that job, like the kind of actor I want to be and the kind of career I want to have and the kind of people that I want to work with.
We all got regrets, you know.
I don't regret anything.